Alright folks, I'm making another attempt to record this video. So TRX, last month I had alluded to just buy the dips. I actually got in around this level here on this clean breakout, and I rode it up to this level. I sold a little too early because I didn't ride it up to here. This was the level I needed to flip to go back up to this green zone. This is a critical, which is now a resistance zone where price sold off from and led to these lows. Then it got sold off. This would have been a nice zone to add, ladder in a certain amount with a stop loss below, and as I flipped 220, one could have kept adding. As I flipped this zone, one could have kept adding. That's another way to play, to ladder in a small percentage at a critical zone, stop loss below, and then as the coin flips another critical zone, then one will add and just write it out. So right now, I was expecting, this was my ultimate target that I was trying to play to when I got in around this time, but I sold too early, then it got sold off. I was thinking about getting in last week, a couple of days ago when it was around here, but I had second thoughts based on what BTC was doing. But if I would have had proper risk management, as the one I just spoken to you guys about, which is ladder in, small percentage here of your capital with a stop loss below, and as price broke this resistance level on this time frame, one would have added more. So sometimes it's not having proper risk management, or not recognizing levels, or drawing out wrong levels sometimes can discourage one from going into a trade. So now let's go over to this chart here. So I got various charts. The ones with the black background I'm able to chart a little better for some reason. I see the zones a little better. This one looks a little better here. So basically, again, this is the zone I was trying to play up to. It flipped the critical zone, so I think on the sell-off it should come back down to this zone and just consolidate before it moves higher, or it can just burst through now. So something I started doing lately again was basically using EMAs on high time frame to time the breakouts. The charting, the price analysis has been not great, but it's been good. It's just, in trading, is all about the timing. Timing these pumps is the most critical thing, and also sometimes the resistance zones, supply zones, sometimes a little lower than what they actually are. So this one here on the 2 weekly is the 55 EMA serving as resistance. You go down to the weekly. On the weekly, I'm sorry. Come on. On the weekly is the 100 EMA though, even though it's trying to close above the 100 EMA right now. So this could create a swing failure pattern, pop into the zone, possibly 300, and then sell off back down to about 260, 250. But this is the zone it needs to flip right here. So we can go up higher these wicks. We're talking about 260s. Now it'll be great if it can just flip. If it flips 275 in the lower time frame, that would be excellent. But I think like every single other EMA has been sold off once it approaches critical resistance levels, either the 100 EMA or the 55 EMA in the weekly or the 2 weekly chart. So we go down to the 3-day. It looks bullish. It looks super good. So now if I was here in the 3-day, this would have been, you could have done two things also. You could have said a clean breakout level of 217. You will go long back up to these highs and just keep laddering in, or you could have been ultra conservative, which would have been a clean breakout level of 240. You would just ride the trend. You would just ride it strictly PA. Okay, it came back down on support, the 100 EMA, price held, and it just went up. So this is another thing. I'm trying to use the EMAs to identify critical support and critical resistance. All right, so it's approaching supply. I expect to sell off, possibly come back down, retest a 200 EMA again, which is 250s, 260s. EMAs confirmed that, and then from there we just hope that BTC ranges. My only concern is a lot of these coins were hitting critical EMA resistance on high time frame, and they got sold off basically 20-30%. But this, it should flip this zone here. It tried several times. Supply zone led to the sell off, rejection, held midpoint, rejection, sold all the way back off, grind up, rejection, came back down to the support level, then it flipped long. It should come down, retrace. I'm not saying, I don't think it's going to come all the way back down to 230s, possibly again 250s, 260s. You should watch that area, slide it down, or you can wait until the zone is punctured and see how price reacts. Now a clean breakout of this level here, clean breakout conservative of 339, basically just ride the play all the way back up here. I really believe 339 breaks. This is easily is running back up to 600, 700 sats, but conservative entry will be back up to 500 sats. And that's basically it, folks.